Good morning. It is Monday, September 19th, and I did get a vacation day today. Partially because I ended up with a headache yesterday and did not get stuff accomplished like I wanted. Partially because I need to do like groceries. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to eat for lunch. Which is a really weak excuse to waste a vacation day, but I was like, whatever, I got the time, I looked at the numbers, I'm like, okay. For the planned few days that I have left in the rest of the year, I will actually earn enough extra vacation time by the time I get to those that I could use all my vacation time and it'd be fine. As is, I'm sitting on a couple of spare days still, so. About a year ago, I started getting more. I've been at my job long enough to start getting more vacation time every year. I really appreciate it. It's nice. So I got up and, getting ready for the day. And I sat down. I edited a vlog because from already being a bit more behind than I like, I didn't get a vlog at all this weekend, so I'm a couple more days behind. So I did that, so that's uploading. For that, I uploaded all of the Pokemon that I did get filmed over the weekend. And I got the stuff that was already up there uploaded, like rescheduled to double it. So once I get this new stuff scheduled, it'll put me back, I think, a little further ahead than I was before even. But yeah. And I edited the video. I've only been up for like less than 2 hours. I've done pretty well. I edited the video for the build ideas because I wanted to make sure, just because how I was feeling yesterday, that it turned out well before I tore down that build. And it was alright. But it was definitely better than the swamp one before it. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I say a few more times than I like. Whatever. And then I do it. And then I have a shot of me where instead of like most of that channel, I'm shot straight on. I have one that's kind of like halfway across the room and I'm shot kind of at like a 3/4 angle, which just makes me look fatter. Well, it points out how fat I am. But I'm like, whatever. I'm probably not hiding it as much as I think I am anyways. It's fine. If I don't want to look fat on camera, I should probably lose some more weight. Right? That means I can start taking this build apart. Not too long, probably go get groceries because otherwise I don't know what I'm going to have for breakfast, lunch, whatever it is. And so I am headed back to Aldi. And this time I have a list. So I should be a little more prepared than I was like a week ago. Took me like an extra 5 minutes of thinking ahead. So I actually repeated getting the same stuff again to make the meals I had last week. Those were good. But with a couple extra meal options added in, just by thinking ahead. And I stopped by Taco Bell on the way home because the Mexican pizza is back. Wonderful. That's what I ate growing up. I was sad when it left. I actually think that I had a vlog about it going away where I went and got a couple. And then when it came back the first time and they failed, there was too long of a line, and then they failed, so then it wasn't back anymore. But now it's back for good. We'll see. But yeah, I went and picked it up. So I had to have a Mexican pizza. And I played more Pokemon. 4 more episodes. Which gets me, if I go with 2 episodes of it a week, into the beginning of November. Once I have it all uploaded, scheduled, all that. And I still have to schedule all the stuff from the weekend. But recorded is through that point. It also puts me at a good stopping point for the Isle of Armor expansion, which I began, I guess, on Saturday, I think. So, nice block mentally of, okay, I've handled the content from this area. But it is almost 4. If I were working, I would get off at 3:45, so about the time that I normally get off work. And I am intending to still have friends over to play D&D. As I will need that video before I need any of these Pokemon videos, technically. So, I'm going to keep tidying things up. I've already put a lot of this stuff away, but I still got a bunch of caverns to put away. And move things into position to play D&D with my buddies here in an hour and a half. And I got it all put away. The table's so much lighter weight when all that's out of there. A lot of it's the terrain trays that are so heavy. Just big sheets of metal. Now I'm gonna finish pushing things into position for the game. So we played the D&D. There's lots of minis and stuff out. Bob ran combat.
Yeah, and it didn't take the entire episode.
And my buddies just left. Table in an explosion of a mess. But half the session was like a combat, so minis and mats and all that got pulled out. It was fun. A session where it felt like we were making being successful instead of failing. That's always nice. I'm gonna make myself just some Alfredo pasta like I usually do. Have that for dinner. Call it a night. A pretty productive day. Probably make sure files are converting or importing or whatever they're going to do overnight, but get the computers working and head to bed. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues. Bye.